Okay, so myself Manoranjan Kumar, an assistant professor in agriculture department of Suresh Gyan Vihar University. So today in this lecture we will discuss about the lubrication system of IC engine. In last classes we have discussed about uh, IC engine, what is the IC engine, what are the different types of IC engine. Also we have seen the different component of IC engine. Okay, and also we have seen a system of IC engine. There are various system of IC engine so that the engine can work efficiently. Okay, so in that system we have discussed two system. One is the air filter system, air cleaning system, and other one is fuel supply system. How the air is cleaned before entering the engine cylinder. We have discussed about this, and how the fuel is supplied to the engine cylinder for combustion, so that power can be developed by the IC engine. So now in this lecture today, we will discuss about the lubrication system. So lubrication system is also one of the important system of IC engine because this system provides the lubrication the uh, different part of the IC engine. Okay, lubrication is necessary because if you don't lubricate the engine part, then what happens? Wear and tear may take place. Okay, and if wear and tear is taking, then what happens? Um, your efficiency of the engine will be diminished. Okay, and many parts will be damaged. Okay, so that's why lubrication system is important. So in this lecture we will discuss about this, how the lubrication system work, how the lubricating oil move go from lubrication oil reservoir to the different part of the engine. Okay, so at the end of this lecture, the students will able to know about the purpose of lubrication in IC engine, and also we will discuss about the different types of lubricant available. Okay. And also we will see the construction detail of different lubrication system and their working. Okay. So for this lecture, the students can refer these books: the practical manual on farm machinery and power by M. Kumar and Angelo Francis Dennis, Element of Agricultural Engineering by Jagdishwar Sahai, Principle of Agricultural Engineering by Michael and Ojha, and Farm Power and Machinery by Engineer Sanjay Kumar. So these are some reference books you can refer for this chapter. So let us start the lubrication system. So first of all, we will see the what is the purpose of lubrication. Why the lubrication is necessary in an engine. So there are so first the lubrication system reduce the frictional effect which is created by the different component of IC engine. It will reduce friction and wear between the two rubbing surface. Okay, so this is the first purpose of lubrication. Second purpose of lubrication is that it creates cooling effect on the engine part. Okay, because in the combustion, the temperature rises from 3000 degrees C to 4000 degrees centigrade. So we have to cool down. So some cooling effect is there. Yes, some water cooling system is there, but if we but this lubrication system also provides some cooling effect to the engine parts, so that the temperature of the combustion chamber will be reduced. Okay, so the second purpose of this lubrication is to create cooling effect on the engine part. The third purpose of this lubrication is it will act like a sealing. What happens? The lubricating oil inject into the gap between the cylinder liner, piston, and piston rings, and thus it prevents the leakage of gases from the engine cylinder. Okay, so you can say this lubricating oil can also work as seal, and in this way it gives the sealing effect. will prevent the gases from the leakage. Okay. The other purpose of this lubrication is so it can keep the engine clean by removing the dirt or carbon from inside of the engine with the oil. Okay, so these are purpose of lubrication. So there are different types of lubricants available, like animal fat lubricant, vegetable lubricant, and mineral lubricant. Animal fat lubricant, this is obtained from the animal fat, and also it and burn. Okay, I know the engine there too much heat is generated. That's why the lubricant is more suitable for my because animal fat lubricant the quality is mixed. Okay, so that's why this animal fat lubricant is more suitable for machine. Now, second type of lubricant, vegetable lubricant. So this vegetable lubricant obtained from the seed, fruit, and plants. Example of this vegetable lubricants are the cottonseed oil, olive oil, linseed oil, castor oil. These are the examples of this vegetable lubricant. Okay, so this lubricant is good, better than animal fat lubricant, and that's why this type of lubricant used in small simple machine. Okay. Now the third type of lubricant is mineral lubricant. Okay. So this mineral lubricant is obtained from the crude petroleum. Okay. And it is this type of lubricant is less expensive, and this is suitable for IC engines. So nowadays, the mineral lubricant is mostly used for the IC engine. Now we see the different types of lubricating system. Lubricating system is how the lubricating uh, move go from the lubricating oil reservoir to the different part of the engine. Okay, how this lubricating oil moves. So there are three systems for the movement of the lubricating oil. First is a system. Second one is force feed system, and third is combination of a splash and force feed system. Means in an engine, the combine of two forms is there. So combination of these two forms, splash and force feed system, will be there. Means some part of the engine will be lubricated by the splash system, whereas some part of that engine will be lubricated by the force feed system. So this is the types of lubricating system and engine exist. Okay. Now we will see one by one. So first is splash. Okay. So here in the picture you can this is a lubricating system. Then in what is the component? This is the crankshaft. Okay, and this is the crankshaft. And also here this is the piston. Okay, this is finger. This connecting the piston and crankshaft. Now you can see from this picture at the bottom of this connecting there is a deep. See the plate. Okay, what is the I will learn. These are below the crank. There is a oil trough. You can see here oil. In oil trough, some lubricating oil here. From where lubricating oil is coming in this oil trough. So here you can see This is the oil pan, this one. Okay, big oil pan is there. In this oil pan, nothing but it is a one type of reservoir for lubricating oil. In this reservoir, lubricating oil reservoir, see there is a oil strainer. This is the oil pump. So the function of pump is to it will draw the lubricating oil from the reservoir and it will supply that lubricating oil to in this oil trough through this some passage. Here you can see. Okay, in this picture, 4 oil trough is there, and that's why 4 passages will be there, 4 oil lines will be there to supply the oil from the reservoir to the different troughs. Okay, here a strainer is there because the main function of this strainer is to it will it will it will remove the impurities present in this lubricating oil. That's why this strainer is given. Okay, now what happens here? An oil trough is provided below each connecting rod. You can see this is the connecting rod, and oil trough is this one. Oil trough receives its oil supply from the oil pan either by means of a gear pump or by means of the gravity. Okay, if oil pan is above the oil trough, then this lubricating oil will go into the oil trough through the gravity. But if the oil pan is below the oil trough, then in that case some gear pump is required to supply the lubricating oil to the oil trough. Okay, and also one dipper is provided at the lower end of the connecting rod. Here, this is the dipper. Okay, so what this dipper does? This dipper dips into the oil trough and splash oil out of the trough. Okay, because this piston is moving in reciprocating motion up and down. So when it will coming down, then this dipper splashes oil from the oil trough, and when it is splashes, then this splashing action of oil maintains a fog or mist of the oil. Okay, so that drenches the inner part of the engine, such as bearing, cylinder valve, piston pin, timing gear, etc., etc. Okay, so here due to the splashing action of this oil by this dipper, the all the component of this engine will be lubricated. Okay, so this is the main principle of this splashing system of lubrication system. Okay, so this type of system is generally used on single cylinder engines with closed crankcase. Okay, and this oil pan is present in that closed crankcase. Okay, also their proper level of the oil should be maintained in this oil trough. Okay, so these are the splashing system of lubricating system. I give you one video related to this splashing system of lubricating oil. This video. Here you can see this is the oil trough and this is the piston, this is the crankshaft, and this is the connecting rod which is connecting the piston and crankshaft. Here you can see at the end of this connecting rod there is a dipper. This is known as the dipper. So when piston is coming from TDC to BDC, when the piston will coming downward, then connecting rod will also be coming downward. So when it comes downward, then uh, this dipper dips into this lubricating oil and splash the oil. So that oil will go into the different part of the engine. Okay, see this video. Dipping. So in this way, it will lubricate all the component of IC engine. Again, see video. Okay, so this is the one system of lubricating the engine parts. Now, second system is force feed system. Okay, force feed, name is the force feed. So here some pump should be there. That pump will force the lubricating oil to move into the different parts of the RC engine. That's why it is known as the force feed system. Okay, now you can see this is the diagram of this force feed system. Here, this is the oil reservoir. This one oil sump. Okay, generally this oil sump is in the crankcase, just below the crankshaft. Okay. In this oil sump, you can see this is the strainer. The use of this strainer is to remove the foreign impurities, foreign particle from the lubricating oil, which is entering into the um, this line, in this oil line. Okay, the main function of this strainer is that. Now this is the pump. The use of this pump is to the oil, supply the lubricating oil with high pressure to the different component of the IC engine. Okay. Now here some oil pressure is there so that you can know that at how much pressure the oil is flowing, because this is the force feed system. With the help of force, with the help of pressure, the oil is moving into the different parts of the engine. So you should know what is the oil pressure in that point. Okay, that's why this oil pressure regulator is given. Okay, so it will give the proper oil pressure to the system. Okay, it will regulate the oil pressure. Now this is the oil filter. Okay, so this will remove the minute impurities present in the lubricating oil. Okay, bigger impurities can be removed by this strainer, but the minor impurities will be removed by this oil filter. Okay, now the oil will go further. Okay, so this is the first gallery of the IC engine. So in this gallery, you can see there is the crankshaft, connecting rod. Okay, are there. Okay, so this is a yellow color. This is the oil line through which oil flow from the oil sump to the component. Okay. Now in this oil line, you can see there are different sprout. This nozzle type of structure is, this is known as the sprout, oil sprout. Okay. And also in the crankshaft, some holes are drilled. In the crankshaft, some holes are drilled. Okay. So what happens? The lubricate when the lubricating oil will move, and when it reach into this uh, crankshaft, then through that drilled hole, the lubricating oil will lubricate all the crankshaft. Okay, and also here you can see this is the sprout. Okay, so here with the so function of this oil sprout is it will spray the oil, the lubricating oil with high pressure in the upward direction. And here you can see this is a piston. So piston will move up and down, up and down. So this piston will be lubricating by this spraying action of this sprout. Okay, so in this way the crankshaft is lubricating, as well as connecting rod will be lubricated, as well as this piston will be lubricated. Okay. Now from here, after lubricating this crankshaft and piston and connecting rod, the lubricating oil will reach into the second gallery here. So in this gallery, what component are there? You can see there are some valve, are there some springs are there. Okay, tappet is there. Okay, so here also you can see on the oil gallery some sprouts are also present here. So this sprout spray the lubricating oil with high pressure, and in this way the valve and spring and all other small parts of this IC engine will be lubricated. Okay, so here you have seen that in the first gallery the crankshaft is lubricated through the oil drill. Okay, in the oil drilled hole, some lubricating oil is passing. So in this way, the crankshaft is lubricated. Okay, and also on the oil line, the some oil sprouts are there. So this oil sprout spray the lubricating oil, and this piston and connecting rod will be lubricated with the spraying this oil. Okay, now in the second gallery, you have seen the this uh, different valves are there, springs are there. So these components is lubricated by this upper the sprout present in the upper layer, upper gallery. Okay, so this is the main function of this lubrication system by the force feed system. Okay, so here the oil pump suck oil from the sump and supply to the oil filter with high pressure. The filter removes any dust particle present in the oil and supply clean oil to the oil line and galleries. The pressurized oil flow through the oil lines and galleries to lubricate moving engine parts, and oil from first gallery flow through the hole drill inside the crankshaft and main bearings to lubricate them. An oil sprout connected with the gallery forces the oil upward to lubricate the piston and its part from inside. Oil flows through the oil rings to lubricate and form a thin film around the cylinder valve. Okay. The second gallery and the sprout connected to it help in lubricating the camshaft, valve, and valve spring. And after lubricating all the engine parts, the oil begin to flow downward in the sump through separate passages. Okay, so when all the lubrication has been done, so all the after lubricating all the engine parts, the oil will flow downward with separate passes. Here you can see these are the some passes. So after lubricating oil, all the lubricating oil will come and collected in this trough here, and through this passes it will coming downward. Okay, in the oil sun. Okay. So this is the process of this force feed system. So I will show you some video related to this. This is the lubrication system. Here you can see the same picture is there. This is the oil sump. This is the strainer. This is the pump. This is the filter. This is the oil pressure regulator, which will regulate the oil pressure. And this is the oil line. Okay, this is the first gallery in which crankshaft, piston, and connecting rod is there. And this is the second gallery in which the a valve is there, inlet and exhaust valve. Springs are there. Camshaft will be there. Okay. Here, this is the pressure gauge which can take the uh, pressure of this oil which is passing through the oil line. Okay. Here you can see the and this pump can be run by the crankshaft also with a belt and pulley. Now this is the strainer. The oil strainer collect and filter oil from the sump due to the suction created by the oil pump. Okay. Now you can see the oil is going upward. The oil pump sucks oil from the sump through a strainer. The oil pump sucks oil from the sump and supply that oil to the secondary oil filter with high pressure. Here, an oil pressure regulator ensures that the oil pressure level is maintained properly. Okay, so it will set the oil pressure, this regulator. Now the oil will go into the oil filter, so minute particle will be removed out here. The oil filter remove any dust particle present in oil, and it will supply the clean oil to the oil line here. Now the pressurized oil flow through oil lines and galleries meant to lubricate the moving engine parts. So first it will reach into the first gallery. In the first gallery there is the crankshaft, connecting rod and piston. Okay. So oil from the main gallery flow through the holes drilled inside the crankshaft and main bearing to lubricate them. Here you can see this all the part of the crankshaft is lubricated here. Now this is the sprout. Sorry. So an oil sprout connected with the gallery forces the oil upward to lubricate the piston and connecting rod from the inside. Okay, here you can see the connecting rod and piston is lubricated through this oil sprout. Okay. Oil flow through the oil rings. Also, the air, all the component of the like piston ring will be lubricated. Okay. Now the oil flow through the oil ring to lubricate and form a thin film around the cylinder wall. Now, in the second gallery, also sprouts are present. The second gallery and the sprout connected to it help in lubricating the camshaft. This is one of the camshaft, valves, and valve springs in this way. All the springs will be lubricated, the valve is lubricated, camshaft is lubricated. Okay, so all the components will be lubricated in this second gallery also. Now, after lubricating all the engine parts, the oil begins to flow downwards through a separate passage. Here you can see all the oil is coming downwards through a separate passage and it will go to the oil pump. A pressure gauge is there to calculate the oil pressure in the system, and this pressure gauge will display the oil pressure on the dial here. Finally, the oil gets collected in the sump. Okay, so this is the lubricating system through the force feed. Okay, here you've seen some pump is there which force the oil through some pressure into the oil gallery. Okay, so now the third system of lubricating is combination of a splash. You have seen the first was the splash system, in which all the engine parts was lubricated due to the splashing action of that lubricating oil. Okay, that lubricating oil is splashed due to the deeper. That deeper is provided at the lower end of that connecting rod. Okay, so through that splashing action, all the engine components was lubricated. Now in the second system, we have seen uh, all the component of engine is lubricated through some force. That force is created by that pump. Okay, so pump will supply the oil with high pressure to the different component of engine. Okay. Now in the third, in some engine, there will be both type of this system is present. Okay, a splash system, there will be also the splash system and also the force feed system both. So the third system of lubricating the engine parts are the combination of a splash and force feed system. So in this system, the engine component which are subjected to very heavy load are lubricated under forced pressure. Okay, so that in an engine, that component which are subjected to heavy load, that component is lubricated by the force feed system. Okay, and the rest part of the engine will be lubricated by the splash system. Okay, so you have seen in an engine what type of this system is present. Okay, so in the combination of a splash and force feed system, the engine component which are subjected to very heavy load are lubricated under force pressure, such as main bearing. Okay, it will carry more load. Okay, so main bearing, connecting rod, bearing, and camshaft bearing. Okay, these components are lubricated by the force feed system, whereas the rest of the parts like cylinder liner, cams, taper, okay, uh, these are lubricated by the splash system. Okay, so there is a combination of splash and force feed system. Okay, so this is all about the lubrication system. We have seen three types of lubrication system: a splash, force, and combination of a splash and force. Now, on the basis of today's lecture, there is some quiz, some question is there, multiple choice question is there. So you have to solve this question. Okay. Now the first question is, which of the following lubricant is not suitable for machine? Okay, animal fat lubricant, vegetable lubricant, and mineral lubricant. Which one is not suitable? Okay, so obviously the animal fat lubricant is not suitable. Why? Because this animal fat lubricant will not sustain the heat too much. Okay, so when we heat the lubricant, animal fat lubricant, then its property is lost. Okay, so that's why this lubricant is not suitable for machine. And you know, in the machine, in the engine, combustion is there. So due to the combustion, the more heat is liberated. Mineral lubricant is obtained from vegetable seed. No, because from vegetable seed, vegetable lubricant is obtained. Animal fat, no, by the animal fat, the animal fat lubricant is obtained. Vegetable fruit, no. Crude petroleum, yes, from the crude petroleum, the mineral lubricant is obtained. Okay. Now, the other question is, Which of the following lubricant is widely used in IC engine? IC engine, in which lubricant is mostly used? Animal fat lubricant? No, because it will not sustain too much heat. Vegetable lubricant, it is not. It is used in the single cylinder engine. It is used, but not widely used. But mineral lubricant is widely used. So correct option is mineral lubricant. The other question is, vegetable lubricant can be used in a small simple machine. Yes, you can use the vegetable lubricant in a small single cylinder machine. You can use. So this is the true sentence. Which of the following cannot withstand too much heat? Animal fat lubricant, vegetable lubricant, mineral lubricant. Yes, we have seen animal lubricant, and also this is the cause uh, of not using of this animal fat lubricant in IC engine. Which of the following is a type of lubricating system? Yes, there are three options there, and you have to choose which of the following is a type of lubricating system. So open jacket or hopper method? No. Thermosiphon method? No. These two are the type of cooling system. Okay, we will study about this later on. So correct option is a splash system. There are three systems of lubricating in IC engine: a splash, force feed, or combination of a splash and force feed. Okay, so correct option is C. In a splash lubricating system, the oil trough is provided. Where the oil trough is there in a splash lubricating system, below each connecting rod or below each valve. Valve is present at the top position. So there the oil trough will not be provided. Oil trough is provided always below each connecting rod. And at the end of the connecting rod, there is dipper. So that dipper dips into that oil trough and splashes the lubricating oil. So that lubricating oil will reach into the different parts of IC engine. Okay. Now the other question, in a splash lubrication system, the dipper is provided. Yes, in a splash lubrication system, dipper is there. So where this dipper is provided? At lower end of the connecting rod, yeah, at upper end of the connecting rod. Okay, since oil trough is provided at the below the connecting rod, so this dipper will also be at the lower end of the connecting rod. Okay, at lower end of the piston. No, the correct option is the dipper is provided at lower end of connecting rod. Okay. Now oil pressure gauge. Calculate the oil pressure in the system. Oil pressure gauge. Calculate the oil pressure. Yes, it is true. A splash lubrication system generally used on single cylinder engine, yeah, multiple cylinder engine. Generally, what happens? The splash lubrication system is generally used for the light work. The lubricating the that component which works which are doing the light work. Okay, so that's why we doesn't use this splash lubrication system for multiple cylinder. Okay, so the correct option is the single cylinder engine. A splash lubrication system generally used on single cylinder engine. Okay, for multiple cylinder engine, generally we use uh, the combination of both the splash as well as the force feed system. Okay. So correct option is single cylinder engine. Okay. So these are the some questions based on this topic. So what we have learned today, we have learned that what the purpose of lubrication. Okay, the lubrication system is helps to reduce the frictional effect created by the different components of IC engine. If lubrication is not there, friction will be more. If friction is more then VS will be there. Also, the lubrication is used to create cooling effect. So it helps in cooling effect of IC engine. Okay. So there is a system for the cool, that is the water cooling system, is the cooling system. This lubrication also provides some cooling effect. Sealing effect, it will enter into the gap between the cylinder liner, piston and piston ring, and thus prevent leakage of gas from the engine cylinder. So sealing effect is there. Cleaning effect, it will clean the dirt also. So we have seen the purpose of lubrication. Also, we have learned about the different types of the lubricant available. We have seen animal fat lubricant, vegetable lubricant, and mineral lubricant. Out of these three, the mineral lubricant is mostly used in IC engine. Okay. Also, we have seen the engine lubricating system. Okay. So there are mainly three systems through which oil is supplied to the different part of the IC engine. What are those systems? First is the through the splash system, second through four-speed system, and third through combination of both two. Means in an engine, the some parts will be lubricated by the splash system, whereas some parts will be lubricated by the four-speed system. So these things we have learned today. So now this is for today's lecture. In next lecture, we will discuss about uh, the cooling system. Okay, we have seen the some system through which the cooling has been done in the IC engine. Okay, so now I'm